What's up, guys? Happy New Year's! We're back with another episode of Dev Development, and as you can see on my right, Martha the Stop is with me today.
What is up? This is my first time being on the development.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was supposed to have you on.
Happy season 2.
Happy season 2. Happy New Year's 2021.
Yeah,
Let's hope for the best for 2021.
for sure.
Oh, man. How's your New Year's, Martha?
Happy New Year. How did you spend your New Year's?
Spend it with Ed and some friends.
Nice.
Yes, we was quarantine people, so don't worry.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm not in San Diego right now. I'm actually in Roswell, my hometown, my home state. I'm here to see my mom. She's all alone. Like, we couldn't have family come up from Mexico because obviously you can't cross the border. So my mom was all alone. So I just got in the car and drove. I didn't get on a plane or anything. And, brought all the doggies with me. So we've been here for about 2 weeks. I'll be headed home here soon.
All right, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long 4-day weekend for me since I didn't have work. So gotta get back to it. So Martha, do you want to tell the people what the topic is going to be about for today?
So we're going to talk about Wonder Woman. Sorry, my boobs. Wonder Woman 84. Yeah, I don't know. Lou,
sorry, people. So I have Justice League.
You just Justice League. If you don't know, like, we all in our little circle have our little niches, like who our superhero is, and of course, I am Wonder Woman. Duh. Yeah. And of course, Ed is Superman, and Alex is Batman, and you're Spider-Man. You're in the MCU, but
in the MCU. Sorry, people.
But yeah, I feel like I think after.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like after the first movie, it was so empowering. I think that was like you left that theater wanting to kick everyone's ass after that.
Oh yeah. That first one definitely good. I enjoyed it. Was really happy. There were some things I was like, not really like on comics, but like what movie actually goes on comics anymore? Just especially for like DC, but like
right.
Since that movie came out, that was like the most carried on DC movie in the franchise. Sorry for Justice League's fans over here. Don't look. I am gonna judge, but not gonna judge too much. Miss Superman needs to come back out, and there's 100 Batman movies. So, what can we say?
I'll be honest with you. When Batman vs Superman came out and they picked Gal, I did not like the casting of that because she's just so skinny. And to me, in my mind, Wonder Woman looks like China from WWE. Buff, big ass, Amazonian. That's who I thought that should. Someone similar to that, maybe Gia Serrano.
Okay.
What's her name? She was on Fast and Furious too.
Yeah.
I thought someone like her should have been Wonder Woman. So I was really concerned when I saw her with my boo Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah. And then she really did work for it in the first movie. And like I said, there's moments in the first movie where I'm just like holding back tears because I was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. Like it was just an anthem to women because I think women, we still have a battle to have in society and everything, and I thought at that moment it was just our roaring call to be part of society and kick ass.
Yeah, I can agree with some of those topics that I want to get into that much, but I want to get controversial here. But I can there's a lot of women empowerment going on, and there needs to be a little more going on, even though there is a lot going on with women empowerment, but it's just not mainstream enough. I guess you can say there's a lot of just men empowerment or just men. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, but what So since we're gonna be talking about Wonder Woman 1984,
Yeah, 1984.
what was your first thoughts? What did you like, what you didn't like, and then I'll talk about mine.
So I got HBO Max. Obviously, I tried to do it through Hulu. Don't do that. Just get the actual app. HBO Max, I've actually wanted to. I wanted to get because HBO Max has been putting out some really good stuff. They got that weird cult leader guy that I started to watch. I was like, man, this is really good, but I haven't been able to watch anything while I've been here with family because then they're not into the same weird shit I am.
Yeah,
And the Fresh Prince reunion, I missed the bootleg, so I had to
yeah,
watch it on that.
YouTube.
Yeah, so when I watched it, there were spoiler alert. Let's just put spoiler alert right
Yeah,
now.
spoilers. Even though at this point it shouldn't be because it's
It
been like
shouldn't be.
like a week now.
It's been like, yeah, about a week. Yeah,
Yeah, about a week.
and so I watched it. It just did not have that oomph, like that same feeling I had in the first movie. It was
Yeah,
just very chill. It moves slow. Um, I just couldn't understand how they were going to bring Steve Trevor back. I was like, how are you going to do that? And then it's basically incarnated another guy. I did like the guy who played the villain. I thought he was pretty good. He's in a lot of things right now, so
yeah,
he's
he's great.
accomplished at this point. So I liked him. He did a good job, but I wanted more action. I wanted more ass kicking. I wished I got in trouble with Brendan, who actually did used to work at Warner Brothers, and he actually did tell me a long time ago when this thing was being filmed because he did see things. He was like, "This movie's gonna suck," and I was like, "Fuck you, man! It's gonna be great," And I bought all the pops. If anyone saw my pop video, I bought all the pops to that.
Oh yeah,
And so one of the things that I did after the movie was over, I did like the fact that Linda Carter was Asteria. I actually went to Linda Carter's. She's like, I'm making popcorn and watch the movie. And I typed in on that day, Asteria. And Brendan's like, what the fuck? Why did you just spoil this for me? Blah, blah, blah. I said, wait, first of all, you worked at Warner Brothers. You knew what was going on. And he's
yeah,
like, I didn't know about that. You freaking spoiled it for me. And then he goes on and spoils The Mandalorian, which I have not watched yet. Like, he and I got into it pretty, like, this is the most I've ever pissed off Brendan. And I was like, thanks for ruining The Mandalorian for me because I have not even watched it yet. I was going to wait till I got back home. Fuck you.
yeah.
And so, Brendan, if you're watching
Amazing Peoples, you should watch it if
you.
you haven't watched it.
And so I did love the incorporation of Linda Carter as Asteria. And then, of course, in the tail end of that to me got me super excited because I was like, yes, finally. I wish she had been in the gold suit longer. I just wish there was a little, it was okay. It needed more. It needed more action. It needed more. That beginning mall scene was kind of cheesy for me. I'm like, oh, come on, it could have been. There could have been more. I wanted to have that same feeling I had when I left the movie theater when I saw the first one. So for me, like, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It was.
Oh, 6 out of 10. Damn.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
6 out of 10. And I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm gonna cosplay her one of these days. I have a big fucking poster in my office of Wonder Woman as Wonder Woman. I have a huge Wonder Woman collection. Like, this to me is near and dear to my heart because I feel like that's who. I don't know. I just feel that representation of just strong, badass women. To me, if you're going to carry the torch, carry it high and carry it well. Yeah. And they did not do well in this movie, and it just was not where I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But props to Linda Carter. I thought they did Linda Carter dirty in the first one. She should have been her mother in the first movie. And I feel like Linda Carter should have been able to have that honor. But if they're going to do, like they already announced they're going to do a third, then Linda Carter better be front and center because she deserves it, I think. I've seen some of the original shows. I think she needs to have that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, you need her autograph. Maybe she'll come back into the con scene soon. Because I have her autograph and I know you're super jelly and that you want to steal it from me, but you're not going to get that. Thank you, Gal. Thank you, HBO. HBO's not sponsoring us, but I want to say thank you.
I will totally pay for Gal. I'll pay. I'll pay.
No, no. Thank you, HBO. They're not sponsoring us, but thank you, HBO. I got a 30-day free trial, thanks to Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
So I started on Christmas, and maybe I'll keep HBO Max. HBO, you got some things going in there, so I might be keeping you guys for a little longer, even though that price is kind of killing me with all these services. But anyways, so me and Ed watched Wonder Woman like literally right at 12 o'clock. I was just like, we need to watch it because I want to watch it before other people's like before I see spoilers, because that's what's gonna happen. Facebook and Instagram, especially Twitter. I stood off Twitter for sure because I already knew they were out in the movie was out in South America and somewhere else, and people were already talking about it. So I definitely stood off Twitter for that. Wonder Woman. My rating for Wonder Woman is not as big as when the first one came out. It'll be more like a 7.5 out of 10. But there was enjoyable moments.
Generous.
Yeah, 7.5. But there was enjoyable moments, and for me, there were certain parts that I was really like, oh, they did that. Oh, they did that. Because I'm just a big like comic book type of person, so I wasn't expecting certain things, but I was expecting whatever to expect. So the golden suit, loved it. Like really represents like the whole like suit. Like that was amazing. Even though like, did she really need the suit? Not really, but the suit was just awesome, and I hope however DC brings this universe all together, that they one day bring it back out again. If he does use it another time. I love the invisible jet scene. I was really excited about that. I was really I was just like, no way they brought it. Like I was definitely not expecting that. I like that they brought him back in a way, Steve, in a way, but I figured as much they were going to bring him back in a way. I already knew, like, since the villain was going to be Max Lord and Cheetah, and I already knew like Max Lord, like what he's all about, and what his powers are capable of. So I already I was like why at first, but then I didn't know about Max Lord. Everybody was just focused on Cheetah at that point. But and we'll get to Cheetah in a second, because but I really like Max Lord. I don't know. I see a lot of reviews lately, and I'm very like curious at why people are focused on like, oh, it's not about the kid. It's not about a kid. They keep complaining about Max Lord's son, and like they show the son at least like what 2-3 times, and he mentioned his
3 times.
Yeah, and they mentioned his son. He mentioned his son like I think twice out of the whole thing. So I don't know why people are really up hick about it. Maybe I gotta watch it again. I've been wanting to watch it again. So I'm not too sure about that, but I did like how they introduced both characters, Max Lord and Cheetah, and they both showed background, which I appreciate as a fan of like comics and just fan of the movie in general. I appreciate a little backstory, even though a lot of it was super draggy, and I was just like, oh, this is draggy, not enough action. But I guess but I was more like, I guess everybody needs to know who these characters are, like who these villains are, or just who these people are in general, to know, to like, oh, how she got this, or how he got that, and why is he so powerful. And I was just like, ugh, like Even though I already knew, I was just like, ugh. I like the development of both of them. Haha. Um, um, what else? What else? Um, I didn't like the first scene, of course. You know that first scene. It's a little cheesy. I wanted like more if they were gonna bring her out and like into like start off with action. Like it should have been like a little more, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Max Lord was great. The actor that portrayed him was great. How they brought back Steve was great. Was it a little too lovey? I guess so. A little too lovey, but I get it. I get it. Like, you know, that's her first love, and of course she never loves again, unfortunately. And if people don't know, she does love like once. But that wasn't really it's two different universes, so she didn't really love. I don't know. I don't know. People see it two
The
different ways.
Superman.
Yeah. So I see it two different ways also. But to me also she never loves again. So Steve is really like her one and only besides like that one interaction with Superman. Um Cheetah.
Yeah.
What's your take on Cheetah? First, hold on.
Cheetah was weak for me. I feel like
Did you like the actress for Cheetah?
I mean, I like Kristen Wiig. I think she's more of a comedy-based actress. I don't think she was I don't know if she was necessarily the right fit for Cheetah. I would have loved to have seen, someone else take that role on. God, I mean, that nerdy. We've seen the meme going around. It's that the nerd turns into a supervillain, and then they're hot and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's overdone, but it's also in comic lore, so it always happens that way. I would have loved to have seen someone else take on that role. Maybe someone like who's that chick from Gotham? Oh God, Marina. I'm blanking on her name. You know who I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Commissioner Gordon's wife that was on Gotham. I would have loved to have had her do that role.
Okay.
Yeah, she would have been great. I think someone like her. I guess they would have needed a blonde, I guess. I don't know. She was just weak for me. I didn't fear this girl. I didn't fear anything about her, even when she became like the apex predator. I mean, it's boring.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. When they first announced her as Cheetah, I wasn't too happy because I was just like, as you said, like she's more comedy based. She's more like a funny person. But I'm just like, we have Ben Affleck. People didn't like him, and look, boom. We had Heath Ledger. People didn't think he was gonna be a great Joker. Boom, they both blew it out the park. I knew who Heath Ledger was gonna be dope, but everybody was like, no, no, no. But yeah. So Cheetah, she didn't do it for me as Cheetah. I wish they could have done more. The only thing I did like, I'll say this to be positive about it. I did like how she portrayed her role as the scientist, as the the person that like doing her job. Like she did great. The role of being Cheetah was not great. I didn't like the makeup for Cheetah, and I know a lot of people compared Cheetah to the memes of the movie Cats, and that's what I saw. I saw cats. Like I was hoping for a suit. I was hoping for like her claws. Like I was hoping for like something way better than just her. Like her hair looked frizzy. I'm sorry to say, her hair looked frizzy. If you look at Cheetah, like she has nice hair, honestly, and super cat eyes. The eyes wasn't even like the eyes weren't even great for me. I was just like, ugh, like I'm like, this is our Cheetah, And then that fight scene, I felt like it was just whack.
It wasn't, and I don't know if it's just because maybe Kristen Wiig doesn't have that type of training,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
that she can't do that type of fighting. I
yeah.
don't know. It just, for me, it was just so weak. Even in the parts of where they started fighting in the White House, like, did you see that pillar that fell over and you can kind of see it's styrofoam? It's kind of
Oh
weird.
yeah, 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 yeah. I saw that and I was just like, what is
Like,
that?
what is it?
Yeah, there was like little things here and there with
It's just kind of through it. It just,
yeah, it wasn't so great.
yeah,
I was
it
the
was
fighting
just,
part
I
was
don't know.
whack. And then her protecting Max Lord was like I guess I saw it coming, but I was just like, yeah. But Max Lord character was great, I think. Like I don't have no complaints. I know there's reviewers that have complaints about him. There's even reviews of like how the ending should have been different. Um and of course if you know the comics really well, I'm not gonna throw it out there. The what she does to him is different, but that's also in another universe with another character. So I wasn't really like too mad about
Yeah.
it, but like would I have loved to seen that? That would have been awesome. Yeah. Supposedly, um, Warner Brothers made the director of the movie change the ending. So there's another alternate ending, and hopefully maybe we get to see it because I like to see the
Yeah.
alternate ending of it. Um, yeah, yeah, like overall good movie, but it wasn't like the first one, honestly.
It didn't live up to the hype. I really was hoping. And like I said, Brendan, who works at Warner Brothers and has seen everything, he warned me. He's like, it's not as good.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, damn it. So, when you
yeah,
get that inside tip, you kind of really, and especially someone like Brendan who reads the comics and he gets me that I don't read the comics. But I have a really good idea of what's happening. Um, it just was not where I wanted it to be. And I'm just like, like again, Linda Carter, she was that was probably the only exciting part of the
yeah,
movie to me because I'm like, yes, she was in the gold suit and everything too. So I don't know.
yeah. I will agree.
Yeah,
That ending,
it's sad.
the after credits part was great. I was just like,
Yeah.
did she know that her husband and her kid was in the movie?
Yeah, I read an article that they were in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I spotted them,
Hmm.
but I was just like, oh shit, okay. Well, that was I thought that was a little
Yes.
I thought it was a little cute that she added her family into the movie. Um, are you excited for Wonder Woman 3?
I mean, they have a lot of work to do. I've already started hearing because I'm a big Henry Cavill fan. I follow all of his stuff, and so what they're saying is they're going to try and put these two together, which I think would be great if they can figure out a way to do it. But it's got to be you got to go back to what that formula for the first movie because if it's another one like this, it's not going to be as great. And for someone, I have someone I'm obviously have the highest hopes because this is my hero.
Yeah,
I want this to be spectacular. So, and I think they've got to pay attention to all of these reviews. I'm sure everyone's aware that this was not as great. And they did well for it being in a pandemic because there's really nothing else out there to compete with. So of course we're all going to watch, but they, Miss Patty Jenkins, I think is her name,
yeah,
the director of the she needs to go back to the formula of the first one and make the third one spectacular because they're saying, which is weird because I heard they're greenlit for the third movie, and then somewhere out of nowhere I started to see they're greenlit for a fourth movie. I was like, no, that can't be right because I thought three was the end of that. So I don't want this to go on forever. Make some decent movies now so that we can have them for another 10, 15 years until someone else wants to be Wonder Woman.
yeah, yeah. I heard that rumor too about Superman, but I need a Superman movie already. Like They need to bring him back. Like they left him dead, as everybody remembers. Like he died, but and if you saw at the end, you saw the rocks floating up in the air. So
Mhm.
everybody knows, first of all, Superman ain't dead. But and if everybody and if you saw Shazam, he was there.
Mhm.
But we don't know where Shazam in the timeline falls. So we don't know if with Superman is that, if that, and we just need Henry Cavill back as Superman. Like I liked him as Superman. I know there's a lot of people that dislike him as Superman.
Wow, fuck them.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I do like Henry Cavill. He is a great actor.
Mhm.
He was a great Superman. Um, you know, Justice League didn't portray him very well. Also, but this is the only shirt I had to for DC. So I don't support DC that much.
I mean, I'm still waiting for Joe Manganiello to play Deathstroke in their own movie as well. What is that? What was that supposed to be? Not Suicide Squad, I guess. Well, it would be Suicide Squad 2
Yeah,
or the League of Doom.
yeah, the League of Doom.
So the League of Doom needs to come in because I'm still waiting on Joe Manganiello to portray that role. Because one of the things I asked Manu Bennett because he played Deathstroke and Arrow, I was like, "Yo, how do you feel? Like that should have been you?" And he's like, "No, it's fine." Joe's a great choice, and I was like, "Damn, okay, that's cool." But Deathstroke is definitely one of my favorite villains, and I really want to see how that's gonna portray. Because then we had the guy who played Mark. Oh God, Zuckerberg in Batman versus Superman as Lex Luthor. So I want that casting to continue, and I want to see that portrayed for the League of Doom. So
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm hoping for like DC to pick up for or like I'm not hoping like go be as great as the Marvel Cinematic Universe because I don't know if they can really top that at this point. They have the only movies that's really carrying them is Shazam and Wonder Woman, the first one, unfortunately. Um, Batman, Batman is Batman at the end of the day.
yeah.
Superman, I would love to see another Superman movie, but we've only gotten two so far, so that's nowhere, and there's hasn't been no talk of it. So,
No, there has. They did say that
but it's not as much. They just throw it in there like, oh, it's coming, but like it's just like when, where, show us something.
I feel that Henry has had to kind of prove himself because I mean, obviously, I saw the Tudors. It's one of the reasons why I watched the Tudors because he was in it because I wanted to see his ass. But um, besides that, the whole popularity with The Witcher, he has really proven himself to be that person. So I think because he's doing so great with Witcher, I saw something with Netflix. They want him to do more stuff, and then after that started happening, then I started to hear, hey, they want him back for Superman. So I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I think it's coming. I just don't know. With COVID, everything kind of
Yeah,
just shut down anyway. So
yeah. No, I'm
we'll
I'm
see.
really hoping he comes back. It's just like Superman talk movies are not the talk right now. It's more Batman, it's more Wonder Woman. It's more um Snyder's release, which sorry people like no.
I'm actually excited to see it. I want to see it. I hope it's.
I'm gonna
I have
see
high hopes for it.
it, but no. um I would love another Shazam movie, but
I'm the positive one here. I love.
I'm a hard critic. I could say. Like
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Are a lot of these Marvel movies great? No,
No.
but they're much better than DC. DC DC has a great lineup of cartoons. I will give them that. I'll give them credit on their cartoons. Like it's just on point. The cast that they pick for any of the cartoons are just great. The cartoons are great. Like I have no complaints on any of the cartoons that I've seen so far. I probably missed a few, Um, but Marvel does a better cinematic universe when it comes to live action. Like DC hasn't gotten it there, and you guys need to pick it up a little bit. I'm sorry, DC. Sorry, Warner Brothers. Sorry, DC people. Um, um, but they're picking up Aquaman. Yeah, like I know a lot of people love Aquaman, and but most of the reason they just love the actor that played Aquaman. So that's not my thing. Aquaman was a decent movie, but it wasn't like oh my god like Shazam. It wasn't oh my god like Wonder Woman. Um,
Oh, I disagree. Aquaman was fantastic. I loved it. I thought Shazam was weaker than Aquaman. I
hell no.
thought that everything that Jason Momoa put in, it was fantastic.
Okay, okay, I'll give you that. I love Shazam. Shazam is just one of those characters. It's just like awesome, but not a lot of people like it or just like him as a character. But I love him as a character, and especially in comics. Um, season 3, Wonder Woman 3. I really hope they pick it up. I really hope that like if they do bring Cheetah back, um I don't think they're gonna change the actress, but I hope that like her look looks different. Um, just do something better. Maybe train the actress to like more combat, fighting. Maybe she does more karate or stuff like that because like Cheetah's just one of those really badass villains that like hurts Wonder Woman, and if people read the comics or even like watch the cartoons, like Cheetah can throw hands. Like she throw hands, she's like scratches, she's like she can throw hands. So I'm hoping for so much better for Cheetah. They don't if
Well,
they don't want to change the actress, they don't have to, but I want more.
I feel like if you're gonna get someone, I mean, if they've already trained, like even at the beginning, where they will go back to the Amazonian women, if you've seen that video from the last movie, they trained these women for 4 months. That
Mm-hmm.
should be, Henry Cavill trained badass to be Superman. So I don't know why they didn't train Kristen Wiig to be, in the claws somewhere saying, hey, you need to be able to do this, I don't know, get some boxing or some shit, some sort of training to make you look good up to a fight with Gal, because Gal is, she is trained in that level.
Yeah,
But I think they picked Kristen because she's a cute blonde, she would look great, but they didn't think it all the way through as to can she throw a punch like that. And so I don't think the casting was 100% on that for sure.
and I feel that scene where the guy from the park where she meets him again um when she meets him again,
Mm-hmm.
that like I felt like it was a little too excessive to show how strong Cheetah is, because it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like it was good. Don't get me wrong. Like I like how they did it, but it was just a little excessive to be just like, oh here, boom, kick, punch there, but like where was that punching, kicking, and throwing when it came to the fighting? There was none of it there. So it was just like
Yeah.
it was like it didn't match the level of this scene to that scene with Wonder Woman. That disappointed me also. Um,
Yeah. Well, they did say that she did not renounce her wish, so there is a possibility. But from what I've been reading from like Vanity Fair and Entertainment Magazine, is like they're not going back to Cheetah. Like they're done. So I kind of hope that's the case because Cheetah was whack as hell.
yeah, if they don't go back to her, then let's move on. But as of right now, Cheetah's just Cheetah.
Yeah.
Um, movie 3, I really hope for the best. I hope they up it a little bit. I know sometimes a lot of movies are not like that when it comes to the second movie, thinking you can match the first, and it doesn't. Not a lot of movies are like that, but I really hope if when they bring back number three, that they really like bump it. Um, Maybe introduce another villain or another character into the universe. There's so much they can do, but they're also slacking. Um, there hasn't really been talks about
I,
anything DC, and it kind of scares me because it's just like people want this. I want it. I'm not a huge DC fan, but I want it. And there's not a lot of talk like how Marvel's doing with all their movies and announcements and TV shows that they're dropping. The only thing DC does is announce a lot of their cartoon movies that are coming out or cartoon series, and I'm just like, where's the movies? I'm like, everybody's so
I'm
focused
gonna.
on the Snyder cut, and I'm just like, all right, but I'm past that. Like, I want to see it. Fine, it's out. I didn't really care much for to it, but I want where's DC's next timeline? You know?
I did read somewhere that DC is very adamant to match the MCU, and as much as I mean, there are characters I love in the MCU, not as much as I love Wonder Woman, but I do care about the MCU. I do see the quality that they bring to the table, but you know, DC has to step it up. They either have to have a regime change or someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, because they're not going to be able to match the MCU at this point. I think it's gone too far and just not enough quality like put into it. And I know they have a desire to be just as good, but they need to get their shit together before they can even try to hit that bar. That's impossible at this point.
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah,
to send you the article. I thought somewhere.
yeah. Send me that because I haven't read that one, but I already know like my head, especially like it. I want them to pick up. Like I want them. I'm not gonna say be like Marvel because at this point you can't. I don't think you can match to the products of the brothers, the Russo brothers, but step it up a little bit. Like I just want a little more step up, a little more oomph, a little more like holy shit, they're doing this. Like there's so much they can do. Like there's so much stories with Superman. There's so much stories with Wonder Woman. There's so much stories with
The
Aquaman.
Flash.
Yeah, there's so much stories with the Flash. With who knows what's going on with the Flash. I'm sorry to say. There's just
Yeah.
like where's Green Lantern? Like like what's the talks with Green Lantern? There's no talks besides that crappy movie that we got. Sorry, I know 100 people would agree with me on that. Like somebody leave a comment if you really thought that movie was great, but no.
I hated that.
Like, are they gonna introduce um Martian the Manhunter? Like there's so much they can do, and I felt like this movie was just too early to bring out. Like they could have done so much more before an actual Justice League movie came out. Because look how they did with Marvel. They introduced almost every character together. Then bam, we got Avengers, and then they introduced other little characters, and then boom. So it's just like all DC gave us was here's Batman, here's a Superman, here's Wonder Woman, here's Justice League, and it's just like wait, what? Like whoa, like you should have threw in a Flash movie a little bit. Should have threw in,
Yeah.
like, but
League of Doom.
yeah, they threw in
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, which
The Suicide Squad. Yeah.
it was great, but I wasn't impressed. I don't know. There's a lot of people that have. I don't want to keep bashing DC because I'm hoping for the best for DC. Um, Shazam
What
was
did
great.
What did you think of The Joker by Jared Leto?
Mm. I would just say this. I'm gonna give him his little credit, but it wasn't amazing. But I will see Jared Leto's Joker as a different universe, like because he's in a different universe where that's that Joker for that universe, just like Joaquin Phoenix Joker. That's a different universe.
No, that's completely different. That's if you ask Brendan, that movie should just be called Clown.
No, I don't care what Brendan says. I've read a lot of his posts about it, and I'm sorry to say, Joaquin Phoenix is Hispanic and he is Puerto Rican, so that's like, not. I'm not gonna protect my people because I do protect my people and the actors, but
Representation.
Joaquin Phoenix was the perfect not, I want to say perfect Joker, but was the perfect pick to portray a Joker. And
Mm-hmm.
they are doing a Joker too, and I was really surprised when they said Joaquin Phoenix is coming back, because Joaquin Phoenix is a sort of one and done type of actor. He doesn't like
Yeah.
to what's the word, like continue doing something.
Right.
But I'm happy. I'm like that's Joker's another one I forgot to mention that was a great movie, and a lot of people are just like, yeah, but it's not Joker
Yeah.
Joker, and I'm just, it was more, they pushed an agenda on mentality. I'm like, at this, I'm like, I don't care, because honestly, like, there's so many backstories to a Joker that we don't know which one's real. Is just in a different universe, as every other character is in a different universe. But
Right.
that's a good Joker next to Heath Ledger and all these other Jokers, compared to Jared Leto's Joker, where it was just like, yeah, he's a Joker, but was he really a Joker? Like, he played more like a gangster
What do you
style with Joker makeup.
What do you think about Rob Pattinson as the Batman? Do you think that he would pick up the mantle if DC decides to go forward and he becomes the Batman
No,
that instead of Ben Affleck?
I'm Mr. I Am Vengeance. It's still irking me. I wasn't impressed with the trailer, and
Is weak.
I want to see more. If anything, I want to see more, because look, everybody bashed Ben Affleck, and I kind of did, but then I was kind of like, you know what? I kind of see him playing that playboy
Mm-hmm.
Batman mentality. Maybe suit wise, I don't know. That when I first saw Ben Affleck, I was like, no, and then I was like, I can see the playboy mentality, but I don't know about suit wise fighting. But look what happened. He did great. Robert Patterson, it's just a whole different line of actor where he does a lot of indie movies, and he's great when he does indie movies. But a Batman, I don't I don't see it. I don't see it. But and that I Am Vengeance like really killed it for me. That trailer really killed it for me, because I'm just like, a lot of those fighting scenes is probably a stunt double, which I'm not gonna bash stunt doubles. They do great, like, you know, but a lot of those probably fight scenes are stunt doubles, unless he like really got into the scene where like he did a lot of athletic stuff and stuff like that. But I don't know. I gotta see another trailer. I don't want to bash him too much, because there is a lot of Robert Patterson fans out there. But I need to see more. I need to see
I
more.
mean,
I need to see more, but he's not my Batman. I will say.
I don't know. I definitely don't. I mean, again, this is where it goes to casting. In those casting sessions, you should be like, would you be willing to get in shape for this? Because you're going to have to do your stunts. And so I don't know what it is or why, but it's one of those things. Like, I feel like I don't know who the hell is casting some of these superheroes to do these movies, because it's so weak. And I saw the trailer. I wasn't impressed. I
Yeah.
mean, Batman is, and I'll tell you, I've given this. I almost got kicked out of our group chat because I defended George Clooney as Batman, because I feel like George Clooney was Bruce Wayne. He may not have been Batman,
Listen,
but I feel like Ben Affleck has been the best Batman so far.
listen. We don't talk about George Clooney on my show, but no, no.
I happened to be that small percentage that loved Batman and Robin. Okay, I thought that was a great movie.
Let's not get people in the comments mad and start bashing you on how bad George Clooney did not like to be Batman and never wanted to be it, but he played it anyway.
I mean,
let's not go there.
I thought it was great.
You almost got kicked out of our chat room for saying that.
I did get kicked out of it. I'm sorry, guys. I still love you guys. But yeah, no, I think so far my favorite is Ben Affleck. I think who can actually embody both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah.
Because he has the physical ability to do both. And it's hard because even when we look at our first Batman, God, I'm blanking on his name right now. I thought he was great as Bruce, but he was not good as Batman. So
yeah,
two characters you gotta play.
yeah. Well, all right. I'm glad we talked about this because I've been talking to a lot of people about it, and they've mostly a lot of said the same thing. And I just want to say one thing before we wrap this up, because I know Eddie was showing us reviews before the movie was out in our side, but there was reviews on the other side of the country, or first people that got to see it.
Right.
Don't believe that is woke people. Like, a lot of it, we're saying, oh, Max Lord is portraying Trump. It was super woke. And I'm like, look, I watched it, was not super woke at all, that had nothing to do with Donald Trump. And I think people are really sensitive on this time on last year, 2020, where everything affected a lot of people. And of course, like, you see Max Lord as something like that, but it has nothing to do with Trump at all. And that's what really like pissed me off after seeing that movie, that like I wasn't believing the reviews, but it just got me so mad because I understand, I get it. People are sensitive about the whole pandemic thing and COVID and Trump being president and many other issues that we have out right now. And I'm not going to get into that because that's super political and I don't want that. I don't want that for my show. But don't believe those woke reviews, because I watch videos. Eddie showed me videos of like people that do reviews for a living on YouTube, and I just didn't agree with it at all. Like I after watching the movies, I watched the reviews because I knew there wasn't going to be reviews for the movie until like maybe a few days later. Right. But everything they were saying was just like, oh, it's woke. It portrays Trump in this way, or it portrays the pandemic in that way. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like, where are you seeing all this?
I'm gonna be honest with you real quick. Eddie did send that over in the group chat. I didn't even open it, but I saw the headline, parallels of Trump. And I remember watching the movie, and when it ended, I remember thinking that. I said, where was the Trumpism in this? And I remember, like, what were they talking about? Because I didn't even read the article because I didn't want to. I was trying to avoid any of that. I wanted to go into the movie with a clear mind and just with my own thoughts to make my own, review off of it. So I didn't even see that. I didn't even connect that as much as I'm politically aware and I watch CNN and the news and various other news networks all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. I just read the headlines. I didn't read the articles until afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, every article I read, like it was like 4 to 5 different articles just saying this and that. And I was just like, ugh. And I was like, you guys are so wrong. But I was just like, whatever. Like, as I said, I give the movie a 7.5, and you give it a 6. And that's it. Like, if people haven't watched it yet, definitely, if you can find a free trial, definitely go for it. If you can borrow your friend's account, check it out. Because or even if I don't want to promote this, but if you find an illegal website, whatever way you're gonna watch it, and that's it. And yeah, like that's it.
Yeah,
can't say no more.
Pretty much it for me on my
for your side.
I did forget.
Go.
I forgot to mention, I really did love the fact that Robin Wright came back at the beginning of the Amazonian time frame because I love Robin Wright, and I was really bummed that she died in the first one. So it was good to see her. I forgot to mention that, but I like her.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that. So before I end the show, Martha, what about you? What's going on with your show?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen with your show?
All right, Business Building and Beyond will be back this Thursday. I want to do just a happy new year, just say hey to everybody, talk about some of the future things we have coming up. And I also want to touch on a subject that I'm seeing a lot of people. And it's just been something that's been bugging me lately.
Okay.
Lewis, you probably know what it is, but I
Probably.
feel like I see a lot of people getting into business in dead industries, and they don't know they have a love for it, but they don't want to let go, even though they're not making any money and they're not doing, they're not excelling in that field because it's dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's how you revert out of that. And so we're going to talk about that because it's just been bugging me. I see people that are trying to reinvent the wheel. There's something that's been bugging me a lot lately. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what's the point in doing that? It's dead.
Yeah.
That's basically
If I definitely know what you're talking about, I would definitely agree with you on it. And it's slowly getting there. Like, this was the phase, lost it a little bit, came back up, lost it, and then slowly came back up. But as we both know, and the group chats that we talk about, like, it's just so if that's what we're talking about, then yes.
It's that and something else where I
Yeah.
see something else in an industry that isn't thriving. And I get it. There's a love for it. People have a passion for it, but it's like it's a warning sign. This will not make you money.
Yeah.
This is how you revert your business into being something else. And I think a lot of people are very tunnel vision when it comes to their passion, but me looking at it from a business side, I'm like, you're wasting your money. You're not even going to make anything back from that. So, and I kind of give a couple pointers as to how to get out of that type of situation. Because I know people invest money into their businesses and they get stuck and they don't know what to do. And so we're going to dive in on that on Thursday. I should be back in California by then.
All right. Guys. So we're gonna end our show here, and as you both know, me and Martha are in the same wheel, which is MDMC Entertainment, and I'm proud to be part of it. And definitely give MDMC Entertainment on Facebook and Instagram a follow. Give Miss Martha Staub a follow, and give me a follow. If you don't know, I'm on it's official. It's _official. And Martha, where can they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Martha D. Staub. Facebook, I don't use too much, but go follow me on IG. And then, of course, you can find all the business pages at MDMC Entertainment.
Yes, and also definitely check out the MDMC's website. There's a lot of great information on there. And if you're looking for anything social media, website, tips, tricks, could hit me up. You could hit up Miss Martha or hit up MDMC Entertainment for some great knowledge.
Wait, we have another announcement. We didn't even talk about this yet, but Lewis, the development, is on streaming apps for podcasts.
Yes. I forgot to mention that. You are definitely right. Duh. Definitely now, if you don't want to see this ugly face of mine, you can listen to me on the go on most platforms. Spotify. I'm so bad at this.
Google.
Hold
on, let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'm so bad, people. I suck at promoting myself. But yes, you can definitely listen to me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor,
Podcast, Radio Public, and Breaker.
Yes, Apple coming soon. Sorry, are your people looking for that? And there should be one more, but
Apple and iHeartRadio should be coming soon.
Yes, and iHeartRadio, and I know Pandora has it, but I don't know if
not yet.
If I got approved for that yet, but no. But yes, thank you guys for season 2, episode 1 of the development, and for all the supporters out there that's watching me right now. Much love. Thank you, Martha. Thank you for coming on the show today and talking about Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I know this is different people. Usually I have like awesome people talking about their lives and what they do for a living. But I just wanted to bring up Wonder Woman since, you know.
I'm awesome.
Yeah. And Martha's awesome. Yes.
In my mind, I am Wonder Woman. So that's close enough.
All right, guys. See you later.
Peace. Bye.